90 minutes of my life for that boring game. Guys, it was a boring game. Milan versus Inter, Coppa Italia semi-final, the first round of that knockout stage, and nobody is KO except of the supporters, the fans of Serie A, of Coppa Italia, of Italian football that fell asleep. Mamma mia, it looks like it. I will tell you immediately because we will debrief Milan, Inter, we will debrief it with the eyes of a Juve supporter. It looked like none of the teams they wanted to be there. In San Siro, they don't wanted to be there and to play that game because they were thinking probably about the Scudetto, about maybe Liverpool for Inter. I don't know what they were thinking about, but absolutely not on that game. Don't forget, guys, the away goal rule is not cancelled in Coppa Italia. It's still valid. So if Inter today they wanted to go to goal, if they score today, hey, probably they would have a big advantage for the return game of the semi-final, because you know that the one that will go there, they will probably face or Juventus, hopefully Juventus in the final, or maybe and hopefully not Fiorentina. But looks like Inter, they totally forgot about the fact that the away goal rule was not cancelled because they did nothing to go and to attack. Guys, I tell you one statistic immediately if you want to know. It looks like Inter, they can't score anymore. It's already the fourth consecutive game that Inter is not scoring. They are totally not scoring anymore. Not with Dzeko, not with Correa that entered after 2 months, more than 2 months of being absent, not with Lautaro the diver Martinez, absolutely not. They don't know how to score anymore. Why? I don't know. What I saw today was really pathetic. I saw a game where the one and the other team, they were doing consecutively mistakes. Even the referee was doing also a lot of mistakes. Okay, I know for sure that they said to the referees, the Lega, the Italian league, they said to the referees, let's try to play a bit more. Don't whistle every touch. And I agree. I love when there is some fluidity in the game. But today I didn't see any fluidity. And when it is a foul, there is a foul. At a certain moment, there was a big penalty for Milan, because they were pushing the player on the ground. He was really on the ground. You really saw the defender of Inter pushing the player there. For me, at least the VER, because the defender of Inter was absolutely not watching the ball. He was not looking at the ball anymore. He was only looking at the striker of Milan pushing it down. No VER, really strange. Pathetic VER, pathetic referee, and also a pathetic game. If you want to go in through some stats, maybe that will help. Also, the possession of the ball was the same. 49% for Milan, 51% from Inter. Not a lot of shots towards the target, because you see, even if Milan, they tried 13 times, only 3 times they hit the goal, with a beautiful save at a certain moment by the old Handanovic, the one that is criticized by a lot of Milan fans, Inter Milan fans. And then 7 attempts for Inter, with only 2 times they were able to go towards Magnan. That did an okay game. He had not a lot of things to do. We were scared, actually, even as a neutral fan that didn't care about Inter or Milan. I was scared because he was about to be injured again, where he had the surgery and where he missed 9 games of the leagues. I was really scared for him, because you know that I don't like injuries. I'm not wishing injuries to Juventus, and even if I'm not wishing it, it happens so much and too much probably. But I'm also not wishing them for the other teams. I love when 2 teams, they are playing with full power, full capacity, and then you see who is the best. Unfortunately, that was not possible today. Speaking about injuries, at the 25th minute of the game, you have a Romagnoli muscular injury after a beautiful save on Dzeko, where he's jumping actually quite high in the air. He's taking that ball a few minutes later, and probably because of that contrast problem, muscular injury. So I know some Juventini, they will also say it was because of Juventus, it was because of Allegri, the muscular injuries. No, guys, you know what? They are playing too much. The teams of Serie A are playing too much. Not only Serie A, from all over the world, they are playing too much games. And you see today the entertainment, the spectacle, what they are offering to the fans, the neutral fans that have nothing to do on a Tuesday evening. Guys, it was poor. It has to be said. It was really poor. Consecutive mistakes, one after the other. No real player that was over the others. They were poor. You see a Vidal entering. He didn't bring anything to the team. Instead, he was slow. He was bad. But also all the changes made by the coaches, because they changed at a certain moment, saying let's try to make that game a bit awake, like the coaches. Because I have to say, the one that had the most energies were Simone Inzaghi from one side and Stefano Pioli from the other side. They tried at least to do something with massive changes at a certain moment, but also then Brahim, Rebic and so on for Milan, but then Vidal for and Correa for Inter, for example. These players, they didn't change anything. They entered the game and they were playing exactly as the one that they subbed. Crazy game. Again, I repeat, I don't have a lot of things to say except that it's really a poor game where both of the team, they looked that they didn't want to be on the field. Inter is probably already thinking about Salernitana that they will play on Friday, anticipating why, because then a few days later they will play versus Liverpool in Champions League. They are eliminated. I'm sure they are eliminated. It would be really crazy to go to Anfield and go with the remontada, at least 2-0 for Inter. Crazy, but maybe they are believing it. Who knows? But they are maybe thinking about Salernitana because they put themselves in danger, because now you have Napoli and Milan just over them, and maybe Milan was also thinking about Napoli. Big game, really big game between the first and the second in Serie A on Sunday. Guys, don't miss that game because it will be epic and probably fire. That game that will decide a lot of things for the future, who can compete in Serie A. But you clearly saw that both teams of today, the two teams of the Milano city in Italy, they were thinking about that game. Let's be honest, at a certain moment, if you are taking away probably your best player on the field, who was Leao, because for Milan it was Leao, you really see that the kid has something. He has something. He has that pace, that velocity. He knows how to dribble. If only he would know when to be selfish and when not, and maybe he will solve a lot of things, because a lot of time he was thinking too selfish and he was not finishing the game, or sometimes he was thinking about his teammates, but there you were missing a lot of qualities. Of course, Ibrahimovic is still not there with them. They are missing him a lot. Giroud, in some games he's doing beautiful things, like he scored 2 goals a brace already in Serie A versus Inter the last time. This time he was not able to replicate it. Teams that are physically on the ground, it can be. Can that be an advantage for the supporters of Juve who are still believing in the title? Maybe, but don't forget that it's not only Milan and Inter. Pay attention, because Napoli, they are still there as well, and there, look, after all the players that they recuperated from African Cup, from injuries and so on, that they are back for finishing the league with another pace, with another form. And then you have also Atalanta that potentially has the same points as Juventus. Pay attention, guys. I repeat, you guys, this game was boring. Hopefully tomorrow, Fiorentina, Juventus, we see a much better game in terms of show, also in terms of velocity, in terms of space. I'm also really curious because the last news are saying that Marley Ake will start, not Soulé, not Miretti. Probably they will enter second half, but let's see if we can put something new, something fresh. We need something fresh, especially after the show that we saw today. Guys, don't forget, let me know. I need all your comments about these kinds of GJustcalcio. You see the logo here of GJustcalcio video. I need also to know from you if you like them or not. If you like them, let me know in the comment, but don't forget to put that thumb up. Thank you. Forza Calcio, Forza Calcio, Forza Juve, Forza everything. We stop. Ciao.